Hi all. So this video is for people who have more than one goal that they need to document on, which I know can be confusing. So we're using an example here. This person has multiple goals, I think 3. So I know I mentioned this in another video, but what you need to do is pick a goal. I would pick the one that you know you're going to practice pretty much every time. Because remember, all of these services have to be linked to a goal. So you can never work with someone and say that not a single goal was addressed. Then we have a problem. So you're going to pick which one would be the most likely to practice. And that's where you're going to answer all these questions that I've been over before. So health and safety or change in mood, health and safety concerns, continue. You're going to put things in here. This is, again, this is important. This task and activity page, like 9 to 10, exercised at the gym, 10 to 11, went to the library to return, check out books, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You're only going to have to do all this once, like the mood and the safety concerns. Did they exercise control over the activities and the task summary? Okay. You only need to write all that once. You do not need to do that for every single goal that they have. So what you will have to do though is comment at least something on each of the goals. If the goal wasn't addressed at all, now this is an actual note, so I don't want to mess all this up, but I'm going to cut and then paste. Let's say you already wrote the bulk up here. Now you want to write something down here, commenting on, I think this was a bit of a mistake. Let's go down to this goal here. So now we're at a new goal. So you would edit this. Let's say you're starting new. You can just basically delete it and just comment on, actually, I'm going to change my mind on this. Delete everything above independent and prompting assist. So you would go like this, cut it out. And then you would just comment, what were they independent on in this goal? Did they need assistance with for this specific goal? If it wasn't worked on at all, you could delete the entire thing and just write NA. That's it. Okay. So again, to recap, if someone has more than one goal, pick the goal that you practice every time or that you work the most on during that visit. Answer the questions via the prompts. And then for the next goal, all you're going to do is comment on the part about what they did independently or what they needed prompting and assistance with. And if they didn't work on it at all, delete it and put NA. These prompts that are in here, they can be deleted. I have them in there so that it just, again, prompts reminds you what to write, but if it's irrelevant, you can just delete the whole thing. And then same for the plan questions. Some, like this is a kind of complicated client. Some of these questions, the reason I made them is because we have to write these very detailed quarterly reports with data and whatnot. So you're going to answer them based on the goals, but all of these should just be check boxes. So this one says, what was the client able to do independently? You would check everything that was independent. Again, these are mandatory. If this goal, meal planning, wasn't addressed at all, you would just click non-applicable, okay? Because they have to be answered. So again, pull it up. And if it wasn't addressed, you just hit non-applicable. A lot of you just have one goal that you're working on, so it's really not a big deal, but I know it is confusing with more than one goal. So I hope that helps you kind of figure that out, but let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.